Hello everyone and welcome to the inaugural video for the all-new Carl's Boxing Vids channel. As the name implies, this channel will focus heavily on the world of boxing, and in particular, I will be looking at select fights from a bettor's perspective. I'll show you where the maximum profit potential could be in these fights, and I might even surprise you with some of my picks from time to time. In today's episode, I'm going to be talking about what's going on in the world of Ring City, USA, as well as tomorrow's bout featuring Clarissa Shields. So, I'm going to go jump right into the thick of it, and we're going to begin with Ring City, USA. Ring City, USA will be making its return to the airwaves tonight, and will begin a brief stint on the island of Puerto Rico. Preliminary cards for this one will start at 7 o'clock, but my attention will be focused on the main card, which will start at 9 o'clock on NBC Sports Network. In that one, you will have three fights. Serhiy Bohachuk versus Brandon Adams, a bout that was originally supposed to happen in December but was rescheduled to today's date. Danielito Zorrilla versus Ruslan Madiev, and Brian Chevalier versus Carlos Zambrano. Now, while all three of these fights are worth the figurative cost of admission, in this instance, I'm actually going to be looking at two of them, and the first one being Chevalier versus Zambrano. However, I am not looking at the money line here as the profit potential. Rather, it's the round prop. Vegas odds makers have given this one a 6.5 round prop either way, and my advice to you is to actually take the over at -115. While both fighters are known for KOs, I suspect that if either one or both of these fighters take a more defensive approach to tonight's bout, they could easily push the fight past that 6.5 prop and ultimately drive it to the distance. The other spotlight fight here will be the main event between Bohachuk versus Adams. Bohachuk has been on a tear as of late, and he's trounced every opponent that's been thrown at him. However, while he is a -$3 favorite in the eyes of Vegas, my advice is to actually give the underdog play in Adams a serious look. Adams is a solid, talented fighter, and Vegas has him rated at a +240. Adams will be a big test for Bohachuk, and considering that the odds makers have also given this one a very stiff 8.5 round prop, that carrot in Adams could be the most compelling thing in this entire fight. With that out of the way, we're going to be talking about the Friday night fight between Clarissa Shields versus Marie-Eve Dicaire. This one will be on pay-per-view. It can be had through Fight TV or in-demand pay-per-view. And it will see Clarissa Shields try and go for Marie-Eve Dicaire's IBF 154-pound belt. Of course, her three belts in this weight class will also be on the line too. However, unlike the Ring City cards, there's nothing fancy here. My advice, go for Shields on the money line. Yes, there is a -$14 favorite on Shields, but considering how much ferocity and power that Shields brings into her fights, she should have no trouble hitting that guaranteed money line. Of course, we won't judge either if you go for the under on the round. The under on this one will be a +350, and it could be a good return for you, especially if Clarissa Shields manages to KO or TKO Marie-Eve Dicaire early. Of course, we might as well get to the white elephant in the room, and that is that Clarissa Shields, the GWOAT, as some people have called her, is literally running out of things to do in the world of boxing. She has already unified the belts at 160 pounds, and unifying the belts at 154 pounds should be a piece of cake. With Clarissa Shields recently signing to fight MMA at some point, it could very well be the last boxing fight we see Shields in before she makes that transition to MMA. So ultimately, the future will be left undetermined until Shields makes a move. But for the immediate sense of things, Shields money line, no questions asked. And with that, that concludes this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please leave a like or subscribe. We are building this channel as we go along, so I guarantee you we will have better audio and better camera equipment soon. And if you have any questions for me, please let me know, and I will do my best to answer them. Also, I'm a very layered individual, and when I am not analyzing fights, I also cover stuff in the automotive world. So if you want to see my works in that side of things, please feel free to click the link in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great evening and enjoy the fights.